Hey, what's going on guys? It's Ben from the Parker Brothers and welcome back to another fishing video. Today you join me down, I mean look at it behind me, it's just every carper's dream in my eyes. Never been here before. Essex way, Newlands Hall Fishery, this particular lake. We've booked out the lake, or Ian booked out the lake, and he said, "Now join the club." I said, yeah, I'll be well up for that. And my God, am I glad I came, because it is, what a place, what a beautiful place. And like I said, when I say every carp fisherman's dream, I am not joking. There's everything here. It's thick, it's weedy, there's big black carp in here. I've seen a couple of tanks, I've seen a couple of fish feed on my spots, I've seen a couple of fish move over the top of my spots. Again, not my traditional intro, because normally all set up and what have you. We got here early. I have not stopped trying to put something on the bank. I think I got done early. I was fishing up there, but like I said, we've got the whole lake to ourselves. So we're here for the next sort of 3 nights. So I'm going to take you on my journey, and hopefully I can show you some fish on the bank, and hopefully the guys that I'm with can catch some fish as well. So like I said, I'm with Ian and his good friend Louis. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. Look at that sun beaming through there now. Just look at this place. Look at this place. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. But what I will say is, guys, sorry, what I will say, I am lost for words, honestly, and I'm not just saying this, I'm struggling. Why? Because today I had a scenario where a fish come over my spot and it was fizzing. I was shaking. I couldn't believe it. I mean, lakes don't do that to me, but this place has. So apologies for a bit this, because I'm just, my head's all over the place. I'm not going to lie, because I've got a very short period of time and I've got to work this place out. So that's enough for me for now. But what I will say is, guys, before we start this video, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. And like I said, hopefully I can bring you some nice big dark fish, and you know, that would be the ultimate for me. And you know, 20 plus on this trip, one fish would be great, but 20 plus on this trip, I think that's a sort of a personal goal I'm going to set myself. So without further ado, I'm going to enjoy the evening now, and I ain't even set my rods up, so you might see me way later on this evening. But this first night, I'm just going to study and just take everything in. I'll see you soon. Well, it didn't take long. It is going mad out there. They're definitely feeding on the spot. I'm shaking. Oh, come on. Come on, Carp. It'd be lovely to nail one early. Come on. There's 2 fish there. You probably can't see them, but they are 2 good fish, probably mid-20s, maybe even 30 pound, but they's coming in, both of them dropping down. One will drop down, feed, bubbles will come up, and he'll rise to the top again, do a circle, sit on the top, and then he drops down again, and then about 20 seconds the bubbles start coming up again. It's been amazing, absolutely amazing to watch. But they're up at the moment, just over there. They're still on the top, but I'm going to keep watching, and hopefully they drop, and they drop on my bait. Wow, amazing stuff. Yeah, they've just dropped. There's an absolute tank over my bait right now, but he's just on the top. Hopefully he gets a smell for any drops, but come on, absolutely shaking. That's a good fish. Oh, gutted, absolutely gutted. come in, went slightly down and then just went off. Oh God, look at this. Oh. God alive. Good job this thing's got a built-in stabiliser. It's 8:30 now, and what a day it's been. Absolute madness. I watched 2 fish earlier for 4 hours feeding on my spot, coming over, dropping down, but it wasn't just like a normal feed, come in, clear you out, go off. It was like come over, peck. But I was watching them. I haven't watched there were good fish as well. I haven't watched good fish like that just sit over a spot, pause, drop down and then keep repeating the process. Even there was one fish as well that kept doing a lap and then you go straight back over to the spot and then drop down. That just goes to show how clever the fish are in here. So just to get one is going to be a result, it really is. But first night for me, I'm absolutely knackered now because I have not taken my eyes off the water today, just trying to produce something, and unfortunately I haven't been able to show anything for it. But what I've definitely have done from today has learned a lot of things already about the lake. So that's me for now, guys. So I'm out, and hopefully next time you see me I've got an absolute banger. Over the next couple of days I'm probably going to talk a bit more about the lake and where it is, what it's about, and obviously walk you around and show you what it's about as well, because it just really is just something special. I'll see you in a bit. It's just gone 11 o'clock and I definitely wasn't expecting it to become this quick. Oh, I've got a big back coming in the net. It's probably just under £20. I'm going to say it was sort of flicking just over 20, just under, just over 20, just under, so rather go just under. See if I can get her up. However, this one. Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. What a fish. What a fish. Oh, mate. I'm absolutely buzzing. Hopefully that's picking it up in that camera, but what a fish. Sort of strong, muscly, big black. Common. But this is exactly why we came here, and this is the sort of fish, this is just a touch of the stamp of fish that I've seen in here over the duration of the last sort of, I don't know, sort of 12 hours I guess, something like that. But wow, 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 wow. Thank you very much, Mr. Carp. And there's the other side, guys. I really do hope this camera's doing it justice, because this thing is jet black on top. It's just unbelievable. And yep, you guessed it, it fell to the OG fish. Parkerbaits doing it again. Yes. Let's get this one back. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Newlands Hall Fishery. Good morning. It's now like 9 o'clock. Got up about 6:30. It was sort of like spitting there. Now it's absolutely hammering it down. But what a result, eh? What a result catching that fish last night. First night, having that big black common. Like, I'm absolutely buzzing. Like, wasn't expecting that. Honestly, was not expecting that whatsoever. I really wasn't. The fish in here are very line shy. They're very switched on. I'm sure they've seen it all before. There's people come on and off every week. And yeah, it's just not an easy lake. So to have one, like I said, I'm so happy with that. OG fish, doing it again. I am going to redo my rods, I think, but I'm going to wait a little bit because at the moment I'm going to get absolutely soaked out there, and I've got another 2 nights and I haven't got many spare clothes. I think I've got a pair of shorts and I think 1 more pair of trackies, that's it. So if I wipe them out in 2 days, then I'm going to be wet for the rest of the week, and then it becomes horrible because you're soaked the whole session. So I don't know how Ian's got on. I didn't hear his rods last night, but from sort of like 2 onwards it was raining, so my ears ain't that good anyway. So as soon as you start getting that tapping on the bivvy, you ain't hearing the rest of the lake. And then obviously you're right at the other end of the lake. I don't know if he's had anything. Hopefully they have. I really do. I'm yet to go up there. I'm going to watch the water the next hour or so, but I'm going to keep you posted throughout the duration of the day if I can. And hopefully I can nick another one. Hopefully this weather clears up a bit so I can go on a little wander around the lake and obviously get some footage and show you guys what this place is all about. It's chin clear and it's weedy as how. I know I've probably said that numerous times in this video already, but it's thick. I mean thick every swim. I mean peg 1, which is the peg I'm in at the moment, is pretty good, and I think the peg Ian's in is pretty good. But I would say every other peg on the lake, some of the pegs are even unfishable, which I'm not complaining at all, because that's me all over. That's my sort of fishing, that is, and it makes it extremely hard, but extremely satisfying when you do nail something. So yeah, so there it is, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Right, well, I've just headed down to the other end for a little wander around the lake, and this is what you call, if you like, the bow end. It's just Louis' spot, and there's fizzing just down there. We've been watching it for the last sort of 10 minutes. It's mental. They're literally on him right down there. There's plenty of fish moving through, but look at that. Looks absolutely mega, doesn't it? Big tree down there, fall down in the corner, but I think the plan of action is, I've seen fish sort of mooching around that area, so if I can get a rod later on, maybe come up 1 rod, just have a play and see if we can nail something. But hopefully this rain breaks off a bit, because at the moment it's relentless, absolutely relentless, but hopefully them rods go. So we're half an hour on, and you can clearly see the fish just behind the bite alarms there on shot. It is fizzing a hoolie out there. They are obviously having a munch, but trying to get a bite here, or trying to even get a run, is an absolute nightmare. If I move over to my left as well, apologies about the terrible videoing, but just at the tip of my phased finger there is where they've been fizzing as well. Let me zoom out. Again, rain's still coming in, but hopefully, just hopefully, that does entice them to drop down, because they're definitely, clearly feeding out there at the moment. Absolute madness. Right, so we've had a little look at the other side of the lake. The joys of being able to walk round when you've got a lake exclusive, it's been absolutely brilliant so far, but we've just got over here, and hopefully, so there's Louis' swim over there, that's where we just were. There you go, the camera is picking it up, you can see him cruising through there. Some good ones as well, they come in just to our right. But again, I'm going to say it again, what a place. Don't that look mega on camera? All the willows hanging over, proper carpy. Lovely jubbly. Right, so back in the swim, got my barrow there, bait, and this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to fish a tiny little sort of pop up there on top, very low sitting pop up. A new source that, again, I'm not going to say too much about because that's in the production stages at the moment. Something I've been trialling and keeping very secret for the duration of the last month or so, but the cat's out the bag. And then some magic dust over the top, and then a few little chops at the bottom there. So there's a hole. I'm going to try and get it right in that hole there. So they keep coming round and then dropping. Keep coming round, and they always seem to be getting dropping around that sort of point, or sort of slurping on the top. So with the magic dust, hopefully I can entice them to pull down and have just a little mouthful, and that's it, game over. Just watched 4 fish come in, drop over the top. They ain't stupid at all. Almost dropped down, analysed it, but nah, not for me. Moved off, carried on fooling it round. There is fish in the zone though, where this rod is. So, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So about half an hour on since the last clip, but I've got itchy feet, so I've moved it up here. I've flicked some, probably about 5 baits. I crushed them up in my hands, and then I flicked them out just down here. And I come over a second ago and they were gone, and then the fish just pulled up off the top of them. So I'm literally fishing down here, and there's fish I can see right over there. So they keep doing this. Drops down, keep posted. Absolutely working my backside off trying to get a bite. It's still raining here. It's horrible. They keep coming in. That was the closest they've got. Probably half a rod lengths off the spot. They're proactively looking though, because just in front of me here to the right, I've been watching the fish for the last, I don't know, hour. And he's going down and he's pecking, he's taking little bits. So. Anyway, I'm going to keep at it. Come on. So Louis just gone up the shop. There's an absolute tank just come out of the water over there. Back right out. Plodded along. Followed the line of weed there. Hopefully he has it off tonight. It's got to be a good couple of hours on now since the last clips. Part of that little bit of feeding I saw earlier, there's just nothing. They're just cruising, cruising and cruising. There's no fizzing. You in? As I've said that, he turned around and said, I'm in. Tench. Hey! You got him? Was that on the worm? Go on mate, fair play. Of course, have a look at that. Oh, look at that mate.
Welcome.
Proper nosser pig that, isn't it?
To the specimen lake.
Beautiful though. Nice black thing, isn't it?
I wonder if that's come from eggs or whether he's put it in there.
Wow. Wow. What a lovely fish. Fair play mate.
Slipping back.
He's off. Wow, I've just come back with a pole. Just got back in my swim.
on top just there. Look at this. Look at this. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. The fish are clearly back down there. Oh God, that's got me shaking. Right, good. The move's definitely on the cards. Go back, get the rest of the gear. Let's get back in this swim. Come on. There he is again. He's just moved to the right. I was going to go up and get the gear, but I can't take my eyes off him. A 20 pounder, definitely. So back in the swim now. All the stuff's back in. And this is exactly what I primed on my spots earlier. So I primed a spot over there earlier, I primed a spot where I fished last night, where I got done, and I primed a spot down here. So now the fish are here, I don't have, I can keep to minimal disturbance and maybe play about with something now, maybe get them trying to feed on top, I don't know, but I'm gonna have a little look and just watch them for a little while now and see if they're gonna tell me what I need to do. So I'm in the bivvy now. Still raining out there. I've actually taken my coat off. First time I'm taking it off all day. I have not stopped trying to get a fish on the bank. Haven't got a rod out down here yet, to be honest with you. I'm just going to sit and watch. I was going to play about with some floater gear in front of me, sort of over here, but I'm not going to do that now because I flicked some floaters out and they're not even taking them. So and that was like 4 or 5. Then when you, and they're just so finicky fish in it. But that's the update for now. Hopefully this rain sort of blows over, if you like. So I'm going to sharpen all my hooks and all my links ready for tonight. I've got the Nash one. And it's got the micro, you know, so you can check it out and what have you. These two, the fine and the regular, and then you clamp as well. But it seems to do the job. I mean, I'll look at it under there to just check that she's bang on, and if they're not, I'll redo it. But that's looking lovely, but that's not looking so lovely out there. Absolutely horrendous it is. But not complaining, hopefully, just hopefully, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, drops the fish down probably tonight realistically, but nevertheless I'm content, I'm happy. What a pleasure it is to be down this lake. It's just, yeah, just such a nice place to be. I can't say no more really. I'm sure I've banged on about it enough during this video, but wow. So because the fish are so finicky on me, even though I had that fish on a 40mm top of the little yellow yesterday, I am going to opt for something a little bit more natural. So what I've done is cut down a tiger, tiny little bit of black foam, and then a tiny buoyant caster there, and it just sits lovely, that does. I've fished it before, and on particular lakes like this, sometimes you just got to go a little bit different. So on my left hand rod where I've put the bait, the massive bait, instead of going fishing a generic boilie over there, I've opted to fish that rig over the left hand rod, and the other two I'll probably stick to the boilie rigs, even though I'm fishing over the same mix. Again, just to mix it up a little bit and hopefully entice a bite. So I am lock and loaded, so left hand rod, middle rod, and right hand rod. So this is what I had it on last night, a little 40mm there, with a little, something a little bit different. I've been playing about with, it's like a yellow, I think they're Nash that maker. It's zig foam, but you just cut it right down. I'm only using a couple of mil of it, almost like a little top hat, and then what you find is it sits lovely on the bottom. So there's my rigs made. I'm going to slowly do the rods one by one now and get them out with absolute precision. And then when the fish do, when all the, well, there's fish in the swim at the moment, but I think most of the fish are going to start drawing back from moving up there in the day. They are going to start pulling back as the day goes on and as the evening comes in. All the rigs will be set up perfect, and hopefully little edges like that are going to just hopefully give me that edge, and just hopefully I snare one. It'd be lovely to nick one tonight, and I think I was quite lucky to catch that one last night. I really was. So weather's still relentless. I'll see you soon. Well, that is the magic dust on. I've carefully put it in there without, so I don't chink the hooks or scar the point, if you like. Carefully put them in the top and just gently shake them so it covers the whole sort of 2 inches of the rig. You can just put lake water on them, dip them in lake water, and then again put the magic dust on. It will stick to it. Let them set for a little bit so it draws into the bait, and obviously a bit of foam on the hook, off you go. Obviously I've been using this new liquid that I'm playing about with at the moment, dunking them in that, dipping them in the magic dust, and you get this lovely schlick all up the line. When that hits the deck, it slowly breaks down, and you've got this lovely halo over each rig, if you like, and it's just absolute game changer, and it works really, really well. And it's something that I'm going to particularly start fishing when the winter time comes, and I'll probably move on to the fruit and nut magic dust then, being it a more nuttier bait and a creamier bait. It just works so well when you're fishing single hook baits. You can put them out there, you're getting all that attraction around your bait, but you're not actually putting out much food source for them. So the only thing they can do is when they start tasting that sort of bottom anyway, chances are the rig's in their mouth anyway, because you've got it on your hook or around your surrounding hook, bish bash bosh. So definitely worth a try, guys. If you're not on the magic dust, get on the magic dust, because it is an absolute game changer. Right, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes. I think I'm going to brave it and get these rods out. 2 rods out, and this rod here is out. They're all out, they're all set. That one over there, I even watched the foam come off it and drop down on the spot, and I think, don't quote me on this, but I think some of the stuff from this morning's gone, so that would mean that fish have been over there feeding. Again, that one out and out nice. You can still see the foam on top. You're not going to see it on the camera, but it's over there. And like I said, that was the first one I put, and that one out lovely. So time to sit back now and enjoy this lovely rain. And hopefully I get a random bite. But if not, I'm going to enjoy this lovely afternoon. Finally, it has now stopped raining, 6:30. But if I'm honest, I can't see nothing on top like I could earlier. Nothing at all. Let's have a wander over here. I'll take that back, there's one there. He wasn't there a minute ago when I was over here. I've seen fish down here yesterday playing about around the end of this willow, sort of again mooching on top but not on the bottom. This was the most frustrating one there. Putting a bait out, obviously it's gin clear. I saw my dinner plate and being done and that this morning, and then just having my hook bait just sat there in the middle, and you think, God, you ain't silly. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. Thank God it stopped raining. And think we got some chicken for dinner tonight. Ian's got, we had nice burgers and sausages last night, so I'm going to probably head up that way soon and have some dinner. So this is Ian's swim. What number's this, mate? 3, yeah.
I think that might be class of 2.
So this is peg 2, and next to that is peg 3. And obviously where I was earlier, when the day where I was doing the stalking, and opposite is where Louis is, so that gives you a good gauge of each part of the lake there. I mean, personally, you know, it says on there 8 people. I mean, I think 4's more comfortable personally. I mean, there's 3 of us this session, and that's enough. But yeah, 4, I think that's more than enough. This particular swim, you got a nice gravel sector out there, which was clear as day when we turned up. I know that Ian's been fishing off the top of that, and funnily enough, 2-3 minutes ago, me and Ian were looking out, and there was a fish that topped out there, literally just off the bar. So they do get along that and use that as a path to then get down to the other end, because you've seen it, you can visibly see it in the day. It's gin clear, especially that first day. I'm so glad I put the time I did in, because you could sort of gauge-ish what they were doing. Because what I do think they are doing is they're moving in there throughout the night time, but then coming out throughout the day, and that was, well, this morning it was obvious, because there was just nothing in there at all. You move down this end, I mean, in front of Louis' swim, there was about 10 fish in front of his swim at one point, and you could see him visibly moving. Again, when I was in here, just up, this is just up from my swim, in here this morning. Was there much in front of Ian's swim? No, there wasn't at all, really. Personally, I think most of the fish, again, were that end. But this is just over to the left. This is where he's got his rods, his bivvy and stuff. There we go, barbecue's on. What we got for dinner then, mate?
Chicken and rice tonight, mate.
Chicken and rice, baby. Very nice too. And that is the other end, and obviously I think he's fishing one down here, one out here, and one over here. So it'd be lovely tonight to get some footage of Mr. Ian with a rhinoceros pig on the end.
I'll take a baby pig.
A baby pig, yeah, I'm sure, mate. Mega. Well, that's me back in the bivvy now. Nice social with the lads. Lovely barbecue. We had some chicken and some rice. Fair play, and mate smashed it there, and the chili jam. But early night for me, I think. I'm absolutely knackered from today, trying to put a fish on the bank. It's been hard. It really has. I've been doing everything, trying to pull out every trick in the book to try and just nib a bite and try and create a really good video, and it just doesn't happen. You can only do so much. So at the moment we're 1 fish. Louis had that one earlier, so sorry, 2 fish. Ian hasn't had anything yet, but I'm sure he will, and hopefully tonight. We placed his rods earlier, to be fair, went out with a pole, and he actually cast one the other side, and then we lowered it in with the pole the opposite side, so he's got 2 rods, 100% fishing on money over there. But let's see whether tonight brings a good fish or a fish at all. So for now, I'm out, and hopefully next time you see me, I've got a lovely big fish on the bank, but a lovely dark fish on the bank again. A mirror would be nice, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, and come on, the OG fish. Well guys, similar sort of time to yesterday. It's 12:30 now, but about 12 o'clock, middle rod, one the other side of the lake, the one hardest to reset. goes over, walks up to my rod, my bobbin's gone like that. I'm thinking, I'll just leave it a little bit longer because it stopped, and it done it again, but it literally moved a couple of mil, and I'm thinking, look back now, I don't know why I didn't hit it straight away. I was idiot, silly move, but I've brought the rod in. The rig's been pulled 3 rod lengths in front of me, something like that, and the hook's been done. So I definitely got done, big time. But that's my fault completely, I think, to a degree, because I should have just picked the rod up straight away. One beep, just hit the rod, which is what I normally do. I just don't know what I was thinking, but live and learn. Fish are clearly out there. Like I said, hardest rod to reset, because what I had to do is you actually got to cast the other side, then I keep it bow struck tight, and then go around the other side. I even marked it with a stick and then broke the end of the twig, so it's got a white end, so I know exactly where it is, because I've dug that in the ground. So that's my marker. So I've went over and I've dropped it smack bang on the spot again. And I got the baits like I did earlier when I set the rod. Went over and I literally crumbed baits over the top of it, and then just a couple of bits of sprinkles, and that is it. And then when I've put the rod out, magic dust, loads of that, dropped down, crushed up OG fish boilies, little 14 millers, and that's pretty much it really. Tiny little bit of Parker, that's it, and then boom, that seems to be doing the job. The baited spot in front of me to the left, not a nibble on it, so it just goes to show they don't like a lot of bait, 'cause that's the only rod I've put a lot of bait over, and exactly why I didn't commit to bait over every rod. But anyway, I'm going to leave it at that, guys, and I will check in if I catch anything maybe early hours in the morning. Morning. It's like 9 o'clock. That's a 9 o'clock. That's a lie-in for me. That really is. But it seems to be. Every morning I wake up down this end of the lake, it is absolutely dead. I think they move off around 5-6. There was a load of commotion sort of mid-water. I could hear it in my bivvy. Normally you can see them pretty quickly down there, but I can't see nothing this morning. This is exactly the same repeat of yesterday. Not a thing on top. No fizzing, flat calm, nothing. Thank God though, it is good weather today, because I'm going to enjoy seeing if I can have a little play up the top again. Maybe just bring a rod and... But yeah, very weird, very, very strange in the mornings. Nothing. Fish over there last night crashed out the water. I don't know if I said, but when I was over there, funnily enough, casting over, dropping, and literally there, someone threw a dustbin in. So they were definitely down here last night. There's just nothing getting out though. Anyway, I'm going to sit here, see if I can see the fish a little bit longer. And if I can't see nothing, it's a no-brainer. I'll go to the other end, find the fish and do what I've got to do. So Ian come down, I think he's going to move up. So I'm not going to move in his swim, because he hasn't had nothing. So I'm definitely not going to do that. But I think tonight, I've given up on this rod. It's too shallow over here. I think the fish do get in here at night time, but they're more sort of coming to this area. So I'm going to move this rod to here, which is where I had the fish that first night. This rod is going to stay over there. The reason why I didn't catch a fish last night, because I walked around, had a look, and the line lay was absolutely horrific. Obviously dealing with the weed here, obviously at night time last night, flicked over, dealing with it on my own. I've got the bait there, and the rig's coming up in the water off the spot, so it's no wonder why I didn't catch nothing. But I did get a few liners on there. Part of that, the line was straight across the top down to the spot. So I do think that this fish been over there last night, but they've been going over to the spot, looking at it, getting touched by the leader, and then thinking, yeah, I'm off, mate. So that's that rod. So I'm going to definitely fish a rod over there. I've given up with this left hand rod where I've put the bait when I initially come, like I mentioned to you in the video, guys. That's where I put the most bait, and I've not had a sniff there the last 2 nights. So now is the time tonight to pull this rod off. And I've actually had a look over the last couple of days, and here is there's actually a spot where they've been feeding on, and there's little white gravelly bits at the bottom where obviously they've been feeding on it so much you can even see like a patch which is probably 2 foot off the bank. So again, I'm going to cast it over there this evening. Tonight I'm going to put my rods out even earlier so I can see that water with the sun up in the sky, penetrate the water and actually get everything on point. So when the night time comes in, the rods are set up, and what I'm probably going to have to do is then Whether I do put the other rod back out, who knows. I see what the size of the fish is, but it might be a case of set the rod up, you have a fish on that rod, the rod don't go back out because you don't want to kill the spot. So one more night tonight and then we got tomorrow, but I think tomorrow we're leaving about 3-4 o'clock. But I'm going to head up there in a second. I'm going to get this rod in. Them two are in now. I'm going to get this rod in and head up there. I've heard news that Louis might have lost one this morning. He's been fishing on the top down there, but the fish are definitely down that end. Even from what Ian said, he said he's had a look this morning, he's come down, he said there's loads of fish up there, loads of fish up there. Well, there certainly ain't loads of fish down here. They're just, it's just gin clear. You can see them come in, you can see them move in. Unless you're blind, you're not going to see them. Like, and there's just nothing down there in the mornings. And then what time did I come up yesterday? About 4:30, 5 o'clock, I started seeing them here, and then they eventually moved over to here later on in the evening. And that's when I heard that crash about 2 o'clock. Obviously I had the first pickup where I lost one last night. So they do move in, but I think they do move in the evening down this particular end. So just so we're on the same page, so my middle rod, this is where you can just about see the spot there, hopefully. Let me see if I can put my shades over the top of this. So it takes a... So that's the spot, not the best footage. As you can see, there's the twig with the white bit that I mentioned before, so I can get a gauge of where it is. But that was a cleaned off polished spot. There was, like, you could see the clay, if you like, at the bottom there, where they've been rubbing against it and then feeding on it. So I was initially I was cleaning the spot down here, and then as I was moving the stuff, this here was green as green. You couldn't even see the bottom. Using the scoop to move it as it was parting, boom. I was like, crikey, that came alive down there. So what I'm going to do is now, plan of action, it's got my orange juice there. I've got a little pot there, full of OG fish. The primer spot down here for tonight, which is up where I found that gravel, which is just underneath here. Again, the camera's not going to pick it up, guys, so I do apologise, but there's a gravel bit. Just about see it through there. It's quite deep, so I'm going to just load up, sprinkle a bit down there. I'm going to fish my other rod from here down to here tonight. Get that bait out. So trap set for tonight, a little bit of bait out there. And again, another little tip, guys, the reason why I do this is because I can limit what I'm doing, because it's so easy to have a big bucket in front of you and start plastering it in, and then you just get carried away. You can keep putting it in, but you can't take it out. That's my motto anyway. So hopefully, just hopefully tonight that produces a fish. There's literally enough to keep them in there mooching around, and that's it. Look at this. Some proper cool little spots. If you had more time up here, if you had a couple of weeks, look at that, you could explore in there. It looks like there's some clearer spots off the back up there, but yeah, let me show you. This is the same. This is the willow directly in front of me, like a whole cave there where I'm sure the fish use and sit for hours. So you've got loads of options, and that's why I love this place, because well, ultimately you can adapt your fishing to how you need, and ultimately try and get something on the bank with the tricks that you've got in your own book, if you like. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to ramble. I'm going to go up. More rods are in now, and I'm going to go and see Louis again, so you guys get a gauge, and if you are coming down here yourself, so you know what's going on. So to the willow, the other side of the lake to the right, just the other side of that is my bivvy, and you move along. This is the middle sector of the lake. That's Ian's bivvy over there. So he's got all this water in front of him and all over there as well, right round to that tree basically, and there's nobody in their middle pegs because, as I said, there's only 3 of us on the lake, which makes it perfect. And we haven't got rods out in every water there, every swim, sorry. So that there is the other side of the lake, Ian's swim. So Ian's swim, this is the next swim up, and this is exactly what I mean. There's a fish there. Look at this. He's asking for a mixer, isn't he? Look at that. Big old black thing, look. So you got another peg over to there directly in front. This is not quite fishable, but you've got that peg there, which I'll walk up and I'll show you out of in a second. And just in front of Ian's swim there, I've seen 2 other smaller fish. You can just see them on the top there. This is exactly what I mean when I say there isn't no fish in my swim up there. Not now anyway. Look at that. So peg 7. Lovely peg this is. So this is, I would say, the main body of the water, just up from the middle. And there's fish all over there in the middle there, I can see them. Absolutely thick with weed. But again, if you look past that, this is an absolute, well, it's an ultimate swim to be fair. Probably shouldn't have overlooked this one, and if I was to come back, if the fish were in front of me, it's probably something I'd look at. So that's peg 7, and then you got Louis's peg down there, which is the last peg on this bank, and then over to the left there is that bay where I was fishing yesterday. So again guys, this is the last peg. There's Louis over there now. This is the last peg on the right. There is another peg round to the right, but you couldn't fish it. There's no way. There's no way. You would have to wade out and have your rods on sticks or something. But what a peg this is as well. And if, again, this pulls you right up to the back of that island, which is the only island on the lake, and the fish have been holding just over to the left. And I'm looking on top now, and I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish, and there's some good ones out there. It's like being at a different lake down this end. And this is an exact repeat of yesterday. So he's been playing about with some mixers over there, and they've just started taking confidently out there, sort of getting more confident, should I say. Right, well, we've just come round, and look at this guys, unbelievable. 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't want to spook them or scare them. Apologies about the terrible videoing, but there's clearly 4 or 5 fish down there. Hurry up, bruv.
What's that?
Hurry up. Got one coming in over the back there, mate. So it's probably like 5-10 minutes on since that last clip, and they're just nothing. They go off, they're so wary in it. It's just, you can't put a finger on it. It's like, I've never seen carp like it. It's just madness. And now there's not a fish to be seen in this bay yet. 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, before we put a rod out, there was what, 10 fish all in all, something like that. Easily. It's just mad. There's a couple, there you go, there's a couple coming back in slowly over there. But right, well, I'm back down my end now, and it's looking bleak, mate, if I'm honest. There's nothing down here whatsoever. Really quiet. But I think I'm going to go for another lap, do another lap, and maybe have a look over here and check the spots that I've sort of prepped this morning, and see if any of the bait's been taken. That's all I can do. But I'm going to, I've been speaking to Louis, and I think the best thing to do is I'm going to get my rods out pre 4 o'clock today, so everything's set, everything's on the money. Even yesterday I got them out all fine, but when that sun's that little bit higher up in the water, you can see things more visible, especially when you're fishing on these margin spots the opposite side. So I'm going to wait till then, maybe 3ish, half 3, go out, put the rods out so they're done, and then that'll be me then trap set for the night, if you like, and then do it like that. But that's the plan, and hopefully that middle rod I don't get done today. But I'm thinking of playing about with like a washing line set up over there maybe, and doing something like that. But I'm going to have a look at my tackle box now and have a little play and see what I can come up with, really, because times are hard. It is hard going up here, it really is. So yeah, I'll keep you posted. Right, wow, that's the middle rod set up well early. I'm playing about with it, and you probably see my line is bow tight. So what I've done is I've set up like a washing line set up over there, bank stick. Didn't have any elastic bands, so I've had to like the elastic off the Ridge Monkey light. I've then whipped around and then pulled the line through. Got the line laying absolutely perfect. I've even got turned my pole upside down, and I've pushed my leader into the sort of debris on the bottom. So there's no physical way it can see that rig, and I'm fishing a tiny little sort of like wafter bait over the top of the hook, OG fish, one of our pop-ups, very low sitting one because I've trimmed it down. So what I should get now is a massive drop back on this rod, so if I get any beeps in the night, because it's saying, it means that something's picked it up and then pulled out of the line clip over there, and then boom, I need to hit that rod. So any beeps from this point on, and that ain't coming in till the morning now, that rod, I need to hit that rod. Note that to yourself, Ben. Sun's starting to come out now. It's nice that it's not raining today, which is lovely. And yeah, that's where I'm at the moment, to be honest. So I'm going to keep watching the water, and again, let the fish tell me what I need to do, really. I think right hand rod, I think it'd be a no-brainer to put it back on the spot where I had the fish from, with a tiny little, just a tiny little handful of bait to look for one fish before I go tomorrow. And then the left hand rod, look at that, there's a fish right there, I've just seen that. Left hand rod, I'm going to do washing line set up across the other side again. So yeah, look at this, there it is. Fish starting to get back down here now, which is nice. So it was not like that this morning. Fingers crossed. Well, it's just gone 2 o'clock now. So nice to just chill. I've got that middle rod out, and to be honest, I've just been watching the water and just having a sit and just trying to chill out and relax a little bit, really, in between sort of doing work, bits and bobs and what have you. But sun's out, guns definitely ain't out, but a couple of fish down here. Sorry, terrible video. A couple of fish down here, just the other side where I can't reach with the with my rod. But I think Louis the opposite side of this willow, and he's fishing across. So hopefully he nails one and I can get some footage for you guys, because at the moment it's so hard to even get something on the bank to even show you what the stamp of fish are like in here. But what I can assure you of, if anybody does come down there, they are all big, black, beautiful looking carp. And also another thing I haven't mentioned in this video is bird life. I think the old coot sort of pops down, or moorhen, because it's that shallow on certain spots. But to be honest, I haven't had no issues whatsoever, even with the sort of floater stuff. So definitely one thing to keep in mind when you're coming up here, because I know a lot of lakes you get
absolutely hammered by the bird life, and it just becomes annoying in the end. But no, at the moment, not had any real issues, to be fair, so that's worth knowing.
As if the fucking washing line rod's gone off already. I've got one in the net there. Yes, yes. Oh, brilliant, well happy with that. Oh, just playing about the rigs, getting them nailed. OG fish, baby. Get in there. It's a linear. Let's get her out and show you. Happy days.
Wow, wow. Would you look at that? What a fish. Black as your hat on the top. It's a linear one side, and the other side has just got some pitted scales. I thought there was just one in the middle. But what a fish. Look at that. Let's get him up there for you. What a fish. Absolutely buzzing. Fell to the OG fish. A little pop up, a low line pop up with about 4 or 5 baits over the top of it and a little bit of crumb and stuff. So happy days, thank you very much. The other side, lovely jubbly. Just getting back, rod's already back out. Thank you very much, Mr. Halfling. Beautiful.
So third and final rod out, this one here, and what I've done is I put that out with the pole, which is where I had that fish the first night, which was just there. So it's so hard to get a perfect line lay because of all the surface weed, and it gets caught doing the pole on your own. Ideally you want someone to hold it up, and then you can then tease it up and just keep the leader off the water and then drop it, and everything would be uniform. But obviously I can't have someone here next to me 24/7, so rod's out though. I'm happy with it, I'm not complaining. And this rod I'm really happy with, which is where I had the linear from here, and then left down rod, like I said earlier, just underneath that willow. So all bases sort of covered, if you like. So it's just down to the fish now. I've done my bit, the bait's out there, everything's looking. Let's see what the night brings.
Right then guys, so what I'm going to try and do is attempt to show you how to set up this washing line rig. So Ian over there is having a real problem with his line lay because there's so much surface weed, it gets picked up on the line, it's just a complete nightmare. So what I've done is we've had to makeshift there. So this is his wrap stick, and what we've done is he managed to find some old sort of pole cable, if you like, the stretchy stuff. So I've wrapped that round, so in a second what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in, drop it down where Ian's happy, and then I'm going to then get the line and pull it through. So what I'll try and do is I'm probably going to have to speed all this up now because it's going to be boring for you to watch. It's going to take me a while, and then I'll talk through at the end of it when I'm done. That's probably the best way of doing it. Right, so now you're gonna have to tighten up with me, mate. We're gonna have to do it slowly now. Right, so I've got to that point now where I've put the rig out. So that's coming out, coming up to this, and what I've done is I've just pulled the cord back and pulled just half the line and pulled it up through. Pulled the elastic back, as you've probably seen, and pulled it up through. So when that fish pulls this way, it will pull out. You'll be in complete contact with the fish. But the only thing is when you're fishing this, is you will get a very different bite to what you're used to. You're going to get a massive drop back, and you've got to be on your rod. So the second you get that drop back, you know it's pulled from this. You're tight, happy days. So right, let's get this line laid bang on now. Yeah, that's tight enough, mate. Loosen it off a bit. Loosen it off, mate. Yeah, it's still pulling. Loosen it off. So basically then, so you've got the two lines, which is pinned down. That's down nice. That is down perfect now, lying down. He's got the line off the top of the water going out towards his rods, and obviously I've got the loop here, so like I said before, I'm going to pull that loop away, because the last thing I want is that getting caught over here, because then it's not going to become free. So if you sort of pull that down tight, at least I know now when that gets pulled, that loop is it's not going to get caught, now it's going to get pulled down, out the clip, out you go, into a fish. So hopefully that's described the washing line perfectly there, but it's very hard to explain. Right then guys, so it's time to be a bit social now. I'm going to go up and have some food. Apologies on the food front over the last couple of days. Normally I'm blogging with food and talking about what I've done and what delights I've had on the bank, or what not so delights I've had on the bank, as a few of you have been taking the mick out of me in the comments down below and saying about how poor my food is. You're eating cat sick, Ben. I don't disagree with you, to be honest, because there's been some real bad foods. So, you know, when you go and fish and you just throw in a few tins, I don't care about food, I just want to enjoy the fishing. I'm there to fish, not to eat. But tonight, over the last couple of days, and that's why I apologise, over the last couple of days we've been having barbecues. Me and have went halves on this standalone barbecue that sits up, it's got a smoker in it and stuff, absolutely brilliant. What I'll probably do is, guys, I'll talk about that more in another video, but we've been we had lovely chicken breasts and rice last night. We had burgers, sausages, all from the butchers. It's been absolutely beautiful, to be fair, and apologies for not getting any footage of that, but it's just nice to see the lads and obviously have a catch up as well while we're here, because it is a holiday for all of us. So yeah, happy days. I'm going to go over now. Jacket potatoes tonight, and we're going to attempt to do them with tin foil around them and enjoy that. So that's the update for now. You'll probably catch up with you when I'm back down and I'm tucking in for bed now, because like I say, it's nice to just put the camera down and enjoy the evening. So without further ado, I'm going to enjoy my evening and catch up with you guys later on. I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, so it's time for bed. I'm back now. I had a lovely dinner, salad, jacket potatoes and chorizo, and oh, it was lovely. Pork, lovely, beautiful. So like I said earlier, rods are set, I'm ready to go. I'm just gonna hopefully and also I've made a decision, to be honest with you. I'm going to go in the morning because I've got to edit this video, because I've got to go back the next day and make loads more bait for Parkerbaits, because at the moment we're very busy, and I appreciate everybody's orders. I really do. It means a massive thing to me and my brother. I really appreciate it. And what I will say is, guys, with that, at the moment we're about to give away 10 kilo of bait absolutely free. 10 kilo of bait, whether that's send that to you or drop it off locally. If you go over to our Instagram, and I think it's tagged 3 friends, and you've got to follow the page, but it explains it all on there. But go over to Parkerbaits Instagram, and if you're not following myself already, it's Ben Parker Perfectionist. Follow that if you want to laugh. That's always a good laugh, getting up to this and that on Instagram. So definitely give that a follow. But what I will say is, guys, I'm going to leave it at that now. I'm going to get some sleep and hopefully catch some bangers in the night. But until then, I'll see you soon. Oh, good morning. Morning. Oh, not such a good night though, to be honest. Really slow. No fish. I had a few fish over inside, crashing that. I don't think Ian's had anything. I don't think Louis had anything. It's just been so hard, but
like I said yesterday, I'm literally going to start getting out my bivvy in a second and start packing down, because I've got so much stuff to do. I've got to edit this video and I've got to make a load of bait tomorrow to keep the freezers live. Otherwise I'm going to run out and it's going to annoy people that are ordering bait. So I'm going to get up now, I think, and start breaking down the stuff. But there's still chance of a bite. All my rods are still out, the washing lines are all still set up from what I can see. I did check in the middle of the night, if I'm honest. I didn't video it, but I did have a little look. But yeah, real shame really. But on first sort of looks out there, I've looked a little bit before I got the camera, to be honest. Just very quiet, very quiet. But yeah, nevertheless, I'll keep you posted with what I'm doing before I sort of leave and what have you, and we'll go from there really. Hopefully, like I said, just hopefully I could nick one before I sort of pack down, because there's still a chance. There's always a chance. You just don't know what's in the swim or feeding at the bottom at that present time. So, well, the horrible bit, starting to pack down. There's carnage in the swim at the moment. I need to slowly, I'm going to do a run, I think, in a second, reel my rods in and just do a run. But I don't reckon I'm going to nick one. Be lovely if I could, but I will keep you posted. I'll keep you posted, and I'll say this every clip, guys, but I'm going to keep you posted before I leave, because there's always a chance. There's always a chance. I'm going to give it a little bit longer. So I've seen a small little flume of bubbles over the back there. Wee. Right then, guys, well, that is my session here at Newlands Hall Fishery. What a place, and some incredible carp to be had in here, but also very hard. Just a couple of things that I think is worth touching on when you are coming down here, guys, is don't bring a lot of bait, because you don't need it. Even in this time of the year, you know, we've just come out of summer and the fish are still troughing. Well, they should be, but they definitely weren't here. They were picking at baits. Prime example, this morning I've just went round to get my washing line set up, and they've went in, they've pecked it at probably, I know how many boilies because I counted them down, and I think they've taken probably about 4 or 5 of them, and they've left the rest there alongside the chop. So it's just very hard. So shopping line setups, plenty of leads as well, is probably something that you definitely want to be bringing here, because if you do get into the fish, you're going to want to dump every lead, because there's so much weed in here. But part of that, guys, I'll let you, if you do come down here, give us a comment down below. I'd be love to know if anybody's had any real beautiful ones out of here, and definitely keep on the quiet, PM me some pictures on Instagram or something, because I'd love to see what really is in here. I've sort of heard rumours and seen some pictures of some good 30s in here. Have I seen a 30 this session? Maybe, I would say late 20, mid 20 maybe. I don't know about £30. But I'm going to leave it at that, guys. So like I said, if you've liked this video, guys, give us a thumbs up, make sure you comment down below, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos going forward. Hopefully I've brung you a half decent video for this one, and hopefully I haven't rambled too much and enlightened a few people. Take care, and I'll see you next video. Peace out.